virtual World Center of Racing, Daytona. It is time for season number 2 of the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Tonight, it is the App Holler Hunter 250. 100 laps around the World Center of Racing, presented by LSR TV and Swag. We are live, not at DeLine Springs, Florida. That's actually where just up the road from Volusia. Daytona Beach, Florida is the actual location. Welcome to our coverage on LSR TV. I'm Wesley Outland, joined alongside, well, not really alongside. I'm in Durham, North Carolina. All the way on the other side of the great US of A in Washington State is my buddy Greg Rentz. And, of course, in Texas, it is our executive producer for LSR, Mr. Charles Wooten. Greg, a lot of fun here with the SNB Cup Series. A couple of times or two, we'll see Xfinity driver of NASCAR, Anthony Alfredo, run in the bunch. A lot of NASCAR Cup Series teams also racing this series. This is going to be a fun couple of weeks here on LSR TV, covering them on Wednesday night.
Looking forward to bringing this to you guys here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. And once again, Wesley, another new series coming to LSR TV. You're always like kids in candy stores when these new series come to town for the first time. And it's always so much fun. A new series, you don't know what's going to happen. But yes, Wesley, this is a new series here for this 100-lap, 250-mile lap race. But there are some familiar names to the LSR TV viewers in this race tonight. Several drivers who we see on Sunday afternoons in the Adrenaline iRacing League are in this field, including Spencer Hardison, Brockton Packard, Matt Dyer, and a couple of others messed in there.
And by the way, speaking of Spencer Hardison, he won the finale for season 1 right at Homestead Miami Speedway that we covered here on LSR TV. Not about less than a month ago, actually, about 3-4 weeks ago. We covered that event, and now we reset and get ready for season number 2. No rest off for the weary. They're ready to go here for, again, this event at Daytona. 2.5 miles, the World Center of Racing. They'll hit the high banks, work their way around into the back straightaway on the super stretch into 3 and 4, and then of course through the tri-oval. And super speedway racing, always a crazy scenario, if you will. 30-minute practice session about to wrap up here in a few minutes. We go into qualifying, then qualifying will set us up for a 100-lap race, 250 miles on the 2.5-mile Daytona International Speedway. By the way, race information is always presented by raceontexas.com. They've got a lot of cool events coming up, including that big Halloween spectacular you want to be a part of with the track pass with raceontexas.com. Go to Race on Texas for more information. Let's take a look at the weather conditions presented by sawblade.com. 78 degrees, a nice fall day at the World Center of Racing. No miles to worry about as far as wind speed at 2 miles per hour. Track temperature, though, is up, Greg, 126 degrees Fahrenheit. Really warm than what the track ambient temperature is.
And that's going to cause these drivers to be slipping and sliding around this gigantic 2.5-mile racetrack, Wesley. And 126 degrees on a plate track, slipping and sliding on a plate track. That's going to make for some very interesting moments here for 100 laps.
It's going to be a fun time. The kickoff for the Appalachian Holler Hunters 200. The stage is set. Coming up in a few moments, we will be qualifying from the virtual World Center of Racing. Hey, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow night, it's also the debut of the new Swag PMI Pavement Marking Super Truck Series right here from Daytona. 250 miles, another exciting race. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central tomorrow night on your home for sim racing. Quick break. We'll get ready for qualifying when we return for the Daytona International Speedway. This is the SNB Cup Series on LSR TV, your home for sim racing.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
back here for the World Center of Racing, virtual Daytona International Speedway on iRacing as we get ready for, again, qualifying to set the stage for the drivers that will battle for 250 miles, 100 laps in the Appalachian Holler Hunters 250. The qualifying is set to roll, and what a field of cars we have here, Greg Rentz. Over 30 ready to battle here at the World Center of Racing.
And 30 cars at Daytona of all tracks, Wesley. This is going to be an awesome opener. Hello to our first-time viewers who are fans of the SNB Cup Series. Welcome to LSR TV. We hope you enjoy the show as here we go. Evan Coleman coming out onto the track, and check out our new graphic, Wesley, representing High Five Racing.
Yes, sir. Representing High Five Racing again. That's going to be Evan Coleman, ready to go on the speedway. He'll be the man to qualify now, as these drivers getting into place, getting ready to go. By the way, Greg, check your messenger, buddy. I'm going to send you the roster, the updated roster that I have, my friend, so you have it.
Copy.
And let's see what happens as they work their way to the start-finish line. Warm-up lap. That's his warm-up lap. This is now the official green flag lap, and now he's on the clock on the high banks of the car, number 51, Evan Coleman. Rowdy Energy Drink, number 51 entry, by the way. Of course, Rowdy Energy Drink is involved with NASCAR Cup Series champion, two-time Cup Series champion, and defending champion, only eliminated from the playoffs last week at Charlotte, Kyle Busch.
Just a cup. That's a shame, Wesley, because he was your defending champion, but it has not been the year that Kyle Busch wanted here this season by any means, and unfortunately his quest for a third NASCAR Cup championship and back-to-back, trying to become the first driver to go back-to-back since, what, Jimmy Johnson did it five times in a row. Unfortunately, he's going to come up just a little bit short in that one. The good news for Joe Gibbs Racing, they still got two drivers left in the fold, but as we continue on with qualifying right now, we have the number 7 of Kevin Martin on top of the board. Scratch that. The 35 of Logan Calderwood just went to the top. He's driving the Tabasco Fiasco here in this one tonight, Wesley, as we look at Keenan Massey in car number 4.
Here comes Keenan Massey in the number 4 car. Looks like he is getting ready to finish up with his qualifying lap. 47.762 seconds. Right now, 18 cars have taken time. For Mamba Motorsports, look out, he'll bite you. Keenan Massey in the number 4 machine, as he is on the speedway right now, getting ready to exit. Well, I can't tell what he's going to do. Was he slowing down? Is he picking up speed? Is he going to exit off the track? What is he doing, Mamba? And Keenan Massey now. Looks like he's going to try to get back up to speed again one more time and try to put a lap down in the number 4 machine. Nice looking car as qualifying does continue. We've already had 21 drivers take time for the Shake and Bake Cup Series. By the way, it's the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters here on LSR TV, and it looks like Massey will slow down and he'll go to the pit lane. Couldn't figure out what he was going to do there for a while there.
Gonna scale things down, call it a lap. Meanwhile, Joey Petrie on top at a 47.675. Wesley, 47.675. A little bit faster than what we saw a couple nights ago at Talladega with the Northwest Cup Series in their playoff cutoff race.
That's right.
A little bit faster because this track is a little bit shorter than Talladega, but you can expect much of the same type of racing here than we saw on Monday night at Talladega.
And here comes the number 9 of Spencer Hardison. He's ready to go, the winner, the last race of the season at Homestead. The number 9 machine. He also runs for High Five Racing, as Spencer Hardison will be making an attempt to run for a championship this year. The Lanes Construction, number 9, as he works his way off the high banks of Daytona, 24 degrees off of turn 3 and 4, down to the tri-oval. And Spencer Hardison now, will see where he ends up. Petrie currently, right now, the man at the top of the board. Wingo, Tatum, Eli, and Helms, top 5. And lap number 1, going to be good enough for, man, he's got to pick it up. 47.827, so 19th right now for Hardison. And I think he's going to end qualifying for his lap.
Yeah, they're running out of time, Wesley.
Yes, sir.
We've only got now. We are done with qualifying. We're moving right up into the grid. We are getting set to go 100 laps here at Daytona International Speedway for the SNB Cup Series. Joey Petrie gets the pole for the first one of the season.
The field getting assembled on the front straightaway. We're ready for 250 miles, 100 laps for the season opener event for the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters here tonight on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. There you see the pace truck, not a pace car, but a pace truck here at Daytona getting ready to go. And we will get ready to introduce the lineup here in just a moment for the Appalachian Holler Hunters 250 track, 2.5 miles. Again, coming up 250 miles. The distance, 100 laps. So without further ado, here is your official starting lineup for the opening round of Season 2 of the SNB Cup Series. Fast qualifier, Joey Petrie in 33. He'll be the man to lead in the green. Tucker Wingo in 99, row 1.
You're going to find Ross Tatum in the number 1 inside of row number 2 with Jack Eli to his outside in the 54. He rolls off 4th.
Row number 3, Robbie Helms in the 18 machine. He'll be ready to go alongside Zach Duncan. He'll start 6th in the number 80.
And Matt Dyer making up the inside of row number 4. Jonathan Woods starts 8th.
Row number 5 is going to find Jacob T. Grant in the number 5 machine, one of those drivers we mentioned that runs the Adrenaline Series. And also Logan Calderwood will be starting 10th and 35.
Carson Zybert in the Jurassic Park number 11. That's a special one for me, Wesley, because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. He rolls off in 11th in the number 11. Cody Fournette rolls off 12th.
Hey, by the way, a little shameless plug. Jurassic Park is actually on the Paramount Network right now as we speak if you want to watch it. Keenan Massey in the number 4 car will start 13th. Evan Coleman in car number 51 will start in the 14th position as finally the field rolls off pit road.
Make sure you watch Jurassic Park after the conclusion of this race, though, which features Joey Beasley rolling off in 15th position. How about LSR TV's own Will Duvall in the field tonight? The one-handed wonder he called himself earlier today. He rolls off 16th.
Handicapped it all, but he's ready to rock and roll. Oh, here we go on with row number 9. It's going to be Kevin Martin to his inside. It's going to be Caleb Smith in car 25, your top 18.
Smith, another driver who we see in the Adrenaline iRacing League. 2 more here in row number 10. You'll find Spencer Hardison. We talked about him. Rolls off 19th. 24 on the door for Brockton Packard. Rolls off 20th.
Row number 11 is going to find Zachary Stone in the 83. Dakota Cass in the 13.
Zach Peterson in the number 96 rolls off 23rd. Final car to take time this evening was Paul Grodzinski in the number 43. He qualified 24th. Wesley, 4 drivers starting on provisionals.
Okay, he's going to be proud of me now. Starting in the 25th position, it's Joshua Altice in the 94. To his outside, Robert Sherwood in the 29. There's your top 26 starters.
Final 2 cars on the field will be Matthew Gilliams in the number 28. Shotgun on the field. Tail end Charlie goes to Cody Terry in the number 22. 28 cars, Wesley, ready to take the green, and they're in the hands of Joey Petrie.
Ready for the pace vehicle to make their way on to pit road. Watch that pace truck. Watch that pace truck. It's going to drop onto the pit lane here in just a moment. And these virtual 28 charter members of the virtual fraternal order to go fast will giddy up and gallop around the high banks of the World Center of Racing to kick off the SNB Cup Series. We're kicking the asphalt green at Daytona. The season is underway. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. We are underway here at Daytona. Lap 1 in, working lap 2. Petrie leading the early going. And up the high banks they go, Greg, off a 2 to the back straightaway super stretch.
Here we go. Saw this on Monday night, Wesley. The inside line with these Gen 6 cars tends to be the advantage on the corners, but once they get going down the straightaway, that's when that outside lane takes off. You're seeing it again here as Wingo has the 99 out front.
Watching these drivers work their way around the SNB Cup Series here, Season 2 green after only a 3-week hiatus. Up the racetrack goes Wingo. He's in that black 99 on the outside lane. Bottom of the racetrack, hugged in on the inside is Petrie. They'll stay in that formation as they work their way past the tri-oval. Back to speed, couple of laps to get up to full song. And now it's Duncan along with Tatum in the top 5. That battle goes on into 2 with the leader, Wingo, out in front.
Side by side for the lead off of turn number 2 down the long backstretch. Keep your eyes on behind this once in a while, Wesley. You will see a 737 come in at the Daytona International Airport located adjacent to the backstretch.
You certainly will. Sometimes you'll see Air Force One as they work their way off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. Petrie, Wingo, Tatum, Eli now making a move to go to third. He's going to carry Duncan with him. And they work their way off the corner, back across the start-finish line, and we are underway. Another one of those drivers we talked about, Matt Dyer. He runs on the Adrenaline Cup Series, struggles on the Adrenaline Cup Series normally on Sundays. We'll see what he can do this year on the SNB Cup Series right now. A good run for him. He's currently in the top 10 in 7th behind Grant.
The good news is for these drivers that we're talking about in the Adrenaline iRacing League, and even our drivers who aren't necessarily in that league, but they race in other leagues, this is a fresh start. If your season's not going the way you want it to in this other league, this is a fresh start. Race number 1. Start with a clean slate to try to build yourself momentum towards a championship run. That's exactly what Tucker Wingo's doing, as he has now gone to the inside in that number 99.
Opening laps underway here at Daytona. Currently, everybody staying clean and green. Nice. Slicing, dicing with Wingo out in front. As here comes now another opportunity. Oh, rah, rah, running on board with Zeibert's car. Siebert, he's in 10th. That's for you, Greg, the Jurassic Park car.
Well, not only is this my paint scheme on the Pro 2 light pickup trucks, the super trucks that race around on the iRacing server, this movie's always been special for me. Wesley, the day I was born, this movie was number 1 at the box office, so that movie has always been special to me.
Oh, cool. Well, there's something that is very special for you. I kind of lost my track. I really didn't know what to say. I was like, no, I'm happy for you, buddy. I am. I'm happy for you. That's awesome.
Gotcha. Wingo and Eli.
You know, Friday the 13th was mine when I was born. You know, Freddy Krueger.
Oh, I love that movie. Who doesn't love a
Welcome
good
to my world, Greg?
Who doesn't love a good old October scary movie here?
Hey,
Here we go. Battle
AMC
for
Fear
second.
Fest. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Battle for second going on. As the outside lane trying to get going. The third place car in that outside lane is Matt Dyer, another one of our Adrenaline iRacing leagues. The reason we're talking that up so much, Wesley, is because this coming Sunday night, the Adrenaline iRacing League is crowning a champion right here on LSR TV. It's their championship race this Sunday.
That's exactly right. It all comes down to this Sunday night, and the Relax Remodeling Championship 8 now become the Championship 4. They will battle for a championship on Sunday evening at Phoenix Winter Take-All. And that's quite simple. Basically, the first car in the top 4 that crosses the line, if they win, obviously, they win the championship. If not, it will be decided by the first car that crosses the line. And whoever does that will be the 2020 and what will be the final broadcast for the Adrenaline iRacing League Cup Series on LSR TV.
Going to be a wicked one on Sunday night, and you'll see 5 or 6 drivers. I haven't gotten the exact count yet, but 5 or 6 drivers in this race right now in that race. Meanwhile, speaking of this race, Joey Petrie and Tucker Wingo side by side. Wingo has led the lap. He's led just about every lap thus far, but he's getting pressure now from Petrie, who has help from Zach Duncan on the outside.
Working lap number 10 coming up this time by, as right now everybody is all trying to run down that 99 machine as they work their way off of turn number 4. Eli will now battle with Petrie for the second spot. Wingo, the man out in front, side by side at the stripe down to the inside. It's Wingo. Petrie and Eli hooked up there on the top side as they work their way to the back straight into 2, working their way to the back straightaway. And these laps ticking off pretty quickly. These guys really putting on a good show here, a fast show, as we're already about coming up on 10 laps in.
Yeah, we're going to be in lap 10 when they get to the stripe next time by. 8 in the books, going to be 9 when they get to the line. Only 100 laps the distance tonight here, Wesley. So if they keep going like this, it's going to click away pretty quickly as we roll through 3 and 4. Wingo and Petrie still battling it out. Tucker Wingo has led every lap thus far into number 99, but a lot of pressure coming from Joey Petrie in the 33, side by side at the line, and give it to Wingo again. Meanwhile, these guys second in line, Jack Eli and Zach Duncan, respectively. As you see it with Duncan, he's starting to think, okay, maybe it's my turn to take a shot at this and see if I can get up there with Wingo.
He'll try to go there and try to make that become a fruition, but right now, sitting patiently in that position as they work their way back around the racetrack. And again, currently here of 10 laps about to be on the board. What a show they have right now put on here in the opening going with a lot of new talent, a lot of new drivers. Got a nice field of cars here ready to battle here at Daytona. 28 drivers taking the green flag, a new season, a new opportunity. Wingo, Eli, Dyer, Grant, Duncan, and there they go right across the start-finish line. 10 in, Wingo out in front, 90 remaining here at Daytona, and everybody's still playing nice as they work their way up the high banks.
Ooh, as you say that, we're getting dicey. One car in.
Oh!
That was Grant, and we got problems behind him.
Oh, no.
And we
Why
got a car on his
we got
lid.
one upside down.
A caution.
We got one going upside down. I want to say that might be the number 4 car.
Looked like possibly the Van
The
Halen
35
car.
also caught up in it as well. Oh, my goodness.
That all started.
Is that Gouderwood? I think it is. Oh, man.
That all started with the 5 of Jacob Grant getting in the wall. Wesley putting us under a swag yellow flag for the first time tonight. Here's our first swag replay of the night.
Why do I ever say anything about being clean and green and then they just crash? Come on, guys. I have nothing to do with being the telepathy of these drivers' heads virtually to cause them to just destroy each other. Oh, the replay. Oh, by the way, aerial coverage, whether in the blimp, the drone, or the copter, presented by All-American Pools. Watch this. Poor buddy, man. Ganderwood just going upside down.
And driver's side door shot for the Tabasco fiasco there on that one. Well, Wesley, 10 make 11 laps in under green before our first caution. Do we see a pit stop here for these drivers? Yes, we're going to see the guys on pit road who were involved in that accident because these drivers do have one fast repair for use, and you know they're going to be taking it. Rest of the field, pit, yes or no?
You know what? Part of me feels like I'd say yes because everyone else is going to come down to the pit lane. I would say probably they're going to pit too. I would honestly say that. You know, all these drivers are going to take advantage of it, I believe. We're going to see here. Looks like Wingo's trying to play psych job with everyone else behind him. No, they're committed. They're going to come down to pit lane. Yeah, they're all coming in here, Greg.
Everyone coming down for the first pit stop of the night. So here we go. First round of pit stops for the SNB Cup Series season. Several drivers taking the ride on the hook back to pit road as their leaders pull into their pit stalls.
Drivers in the pits, ready to go. It'll be, there's the Eli in front of you in the 33 machine. Everyone else again on the pit lane. All these drivers, also Joey Petrie, all exiting off the pit lane. And we will see where they cycle back around after an accident. There goes the number 5. There's Grant's car. Jacob Grant being the first man to pull out. No, sir, my apologies. Oh, he did not pit. Jacob Grant did not pit in the number 5 car.
And
he didn't pit. That's right.
Interesting, Wesley, because he is the one that hit the wall initially to bring out the caution. Love this new graphic as well. That'll let us know just how many times he's been down pit road.
My question is this. Let's take a look at the replay one more time, and let's see how much damage came from the 5 car from that accident. Let's see, before we go to commercial break, how much damage might come from that 5 on the, like you said, he was part of the accident. So we're going to see here. We're going to see here if he does have a significant amount of damage. It doesn't look that bad, though, honestly. It doesn't look that bad from what we're seeing so far.
Looks okay. We're trying to get the replay back up for you guys. He's coming down pit road now, Wesley.
Okay.
In the number
pitting.
5.
Yeah.
So here's a look. This is through the tri-oval. Now, this all started right around the entry to turn 1, right here.
Oh,
right there.
Well,
that's where it starts.
No, he just kind of grazed up against the wall, if you will. Maybe a Darlington stripe, if you want to call it that.
You call it a Daytona stripe.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Daytona stripe, Darlington stripe. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look that significantly damaged on the 5 car. Nonetheless, he's on the pit lane as well now, so he'll pit. Hey, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get ready for the restart. The man out of High Five Racing, Jacob Grant, on the pit lane. Everyone else going to cycle back around with Tucker Wingo and Jack Eli on the front row when we return to Daytona. Coverage of the SNB Cup Series, the Appalachian Holler Hunters 250 from Daytona. Back on LSR TV in a moment. Pace car, pace truck about to drop onto the pit lane. We're ready to come back for the restart here in the Geico restart zone. Green flag going back in the air as the field sets on with Wingo and Eli side by side. Eli will get the jump on the outside lane, and they'll carry that draft on with now Eli protecting the bottom on Wingo as they go to turn 1.
Remember, lane choice here for this series and select league races. That's the only one you're currently allowed to take lane choice right now on the iRacing server is in league, and that is league discretion. We've got that. Understand maybe in the future we'll be able to implement the choose rule, as they call it in NASCAR. We've always called it the cone rule here in the Northwest when we go with super late model, pro late model, whatever you want, late model racing here in the Northwest. But that may be coming to iRacing soon. For now, lane choice, Jack Eli took the outside.
Back across the stripe is Eli, man out in front. Jack Eli in the number 54 up 3 spots. Tucker Wingo started this race in second. He's in second. He'll stay right where he's at right now as they work their way off the corner. Joey Petrie back by 2 spots. He started the race on the pole. He has now fell back to 3rd. And the man who has come hard through the field is Dakota Cass in the number 13. Right behind him in the 14th spot, the white car with the green hood, if you will, the green roofing. And he is currently the 4th. There's your top 5, by the way, presented by sawblade.com. And we'll also throw in the 80 car of Zach Duncan, too. All right, 15 laps in. Here they come, roaring through the World Center of Racing front stretch. And Eli setting his mark. Looking out there on the top spot, Wingo and everyone else now single file as they go back to turn number 1.
Single file through the first 4 before Zach Duncan was taking a peek outside. Still thinking about it, but falls back in line behind Dakota Cass now. As I say, he gets a run on the outside down the back straightaway, the long back straightaway. Still looking for Delta Airlines to come in for a landing right now, Wesley, but single file throughout the course of them. Planes coming in to land, but it is a freight train on the bottom.
Working their way off the back stretch into turn 3 now. Off the front stretch now, coming through the tri-oval. Here's one of the cool things that are so unique about, well, obviously Daytona is smaller than Talladega. We know that. But, you know, the track, as far as the dimensions, are the same diagram, the same tri-oval, if you will. But Talladega just seems so much more different whenever you're roaring through the tri-oval, Greg, and you're getting to the start-finish line down at the end of pit road going to turn 1. Daytona, you know, once you hit that tri-oval, within the middle of that, you know you're coming to the stripe. It's so unique how you could actually picture the differences of the track with the difference of going through the tri-oval like we're seeing right now.
Yeah, you're seeing it right now, especially with that newer track surface as well. Wesley, Daytona, remember, was repaved just a couple of years before it got rescanned. So on the server, this is still a very new racing surface as opposed to the track at Talladega. For reference, this version of Daytona called 2011, Wesley, was the last time that Daytona was scanned for iRacing. Therefore, this track sits as it was in 2011 when back then it was still relatively pretty much brand new at that point.
And as again we said, they worked their way down into the tri-oval again. Another lap on the board. Jack Eli out in front. Tucker Wingo in second. Joey Petrie, Cass Ziebert in the top 5. Watching all these guys kind of stay in place. Another driver we're kind of watching is Joshua Altus. He's up to the top 15. He's moved to 12th. Up 13 positions from starting 25th. Good run for him in the number 94 machine. As you see everybody just kind of getting back to this symphony dance as they were before we had the wreck on the first time. They're working their way down into turn 4. Another lap on the board. 20 in now, Greg, here at Daytona. 80 remain.
Yeah, we are closing in little by little. 20% gone in this one. 5 more laps. We'll be a quarter of the way through this one, Wesley. One swag yellow flag earlier for, I won't say the big one, but it was a pretty big one. Right here for turn number 2. Jack Eli has led since the restart. Tucker Wingo, who led every lap of that first green flag stretch, looking for the lead, but look where he is, Wesley. He had the left side tires below the double yellow line. That's a no-no. If he had made a pass, that would not have counted. But so very wise move there by Wingo to fall back in line behind Eli.
Yeah, you know, it's under the discretion of the series if they want to actually be able to use the double yellow line as a penalty or not. And for the SNB Cup Series, they do enforce it like they do with NASCAR. So if you go below the yellow line and you advance your position, you either have to give up your spot. If you do not give up your spot, then they will give you an EOL penalty at the time of the caution. So that is the way things go. But for right now, that driver did give up his position as we got a car on the bottom of the apron below the blend line. He's coming back from making a pit stop.
As we roll through turns 3 and 4, 22 cars on the lead lap last time by. Should still be that here this time by. Down through tri-oval across the stripe, going to be 22 in the books now.
So Aunt Kathy hates the cone, Greg, but she loves the trucks. Yeah, Kathy. Hope you enjoy us tomorrow night on LSR TV. We have coverage of the new swag PMI Super Truck Series from Daytona, and then, Greg, the battle for a championship gets underway. The Northwest iRacing Truck Series, race number 1 in the playoffs in the round of 12. Atlanta will become Hotlanta tomorrow night, 11:45 on your home for sim racing. Truck Thursday, baby.
Double the thunder here on the
Thunder.
trucks. And I can tell you, members of Northwest Thunder, the winning team from Monday night in the Cup Series, they're already down in Atlanta, getting some practice laps in as we speak. So watch out. Dan Lowther, his quest for a championship begins as well, but he's got a tall task ahead when you're going up against the drivers of West Family Racing, Jeff Stabnow and Sean Brightsman of Team LSR TV, among others. Tall task ahead. That hunt for the playoffs is going to be wild. It all starts tomorrow night in Hotlanta.
It'll be a fun time. And by the way, I know we're covering the SNB Cup Series event, but we're riding on board the swag on board, by the way, of a second place driver, Wingo. He's currently in the second position. There's a rear camera showing Tigert and Packard coming after him. But how special was that for Dan Lowther Monday night? I mean, you know, taking the announcing side away from things just to see that guy finally win a race, that was special.
Oh, it was awesome, Wesley. So definitely felt good for us at Northwest Thunder to get that win. Meanwhile, look at Brockton Packard in that number 24. Jeff Gordon Tribute peeking over the T-Rex here. Carson Zybert in the number 11. Looking for third in the spot on the podium, but Zybert to the outside. Ooh, he forces Packard below the double yellow again, but Packard wisely backs out of it as now the outside lane begins to move again. Look out, here comes pole sitter Joey Petrie coming back.
Down the front straightaway once they work their way through the tri-oval. And there you see Eli, Wingo, those drivers 1 and 2. The outside lane starting to work a little bit. Couple of cars dropping down below the bottom. By the way, Woods and Beasley are out of the race in 27th and 28th. My apologies. I'm understanding that Woods is actually back on track. He has just not registered enough laps on the transponder system to show that he is back on scoring. That's why it is showing him out, because he's several laps down, Greg Rentz.
So currently being scored 16 laps down here with us, or 10 laps down, excuse me, for the number 10 of Jonathan Woods. He's currently, again, 10 laps down in 27th position, trying to get back up there and just click laps away and try to gain as many spots as he can. And right now, he can get up as high as 25th or so if he can just stay out there and click laps away. Unfortunately, he is still being scored as the last car running. He can keep going, though, and try to catch them as they fall out, and he'll be able to slowly gain positions. But we are still rocking and rolling right now. Up front, Joey Petrie has brought that outside lane up side by side with Tucker Wingo for the second spot. Now he's taking a shot at the lead. He has help from Ross Tatum in the number 1.
Working their way back into turns number 1 and 2. Eli over Wingo, Petrie, Tatum, Zybert in the top 5. Helms, Packard, Duncan, Cass, Dyer now moving up to the 9th spot. Cass to the top 10. You see this pack here, Greg, starting to, about 10, 12 cars or so in that mix, starting to separate from the second pack, losing ground as they work their way back into the tri-oval off turn 4.
Trying to just
last lap speeds, by the way, being showed on the ticker on the upper left of your monitor. Look at the speeds last time turned.
Boy, Petrie got a good one there because he just took the lead on the outside with help from Ross Tatum. Petrie now ducks down to the bottom. Wesley, kind of similar to what we saw at Talladega, but a little bit more consistent in this case. Right now, the outside lane seems to be where you want to make your pass, but as soon as you make that pass, you duck down right down on the bottom and keep those left sides pinned on that double yellow. Seems to be the method of the race thus far.
The method of the virtual madness, if you will, getting around the super speedway as the laps continue to tick on here. Joey Petrie, the man that was on the pole, back out to P1. Eli up 2 spots now to 2nd. Wingo falling back 1 spot to 3rd. And then you've got Duncan, Carson, Zybert. The top 5, Dakota Cass, Robbie Helms, Matt Dyer, Ross Tatum, Caleb Smith right now getting around Ross Tatum for 10th as they work their way down the back straightaway.
Like a snake. Ross Tatum in that number 1, for reference, is the one that pushed Joey Petrie to the lead. He got stuck on the outside when everyone else dipped below. He's now going to be scored way in the back here of this pack. We'll see where he falls in. How about outside of the top 10 and 11th now? From giving up to the race lead to 11th. But boy, they're slicing and dicing. We got a caution.
Caution on the speedway, second yellow of the race, trying to find out what happened. Swag replay will hopefully find it. The Tabasco man. Oh,
right there behind
him.
A fiasco behind the Tabasco. Evan Coleman involved in the 51.
Looks like they were bottled up when cars were trying to come to the pit lane, and it bunched up the pack there, Greg. 51 collected the Rowdy Energy Drink entry of Coleman's car.
Let's take another look at this now that we know where we're looking.
From the blimp view, high above, presented by All American Pools. Watch this. Yeah, man, he just stalled. He slowed down.
Yeah, he just stalled and pushed up the track, and you saw the closing right here.
The 43, Paul Grodzinski, I think it was.
Grodzinski in the 43, yeah. Second
Paul Grodzinski just checked up, and the 51 just had nowhere to go. And what we're going to see here, this will tell the tale right here, Greg. Once you get the fly off your windshield.
One more look at it. This will be Evan Coleman's onboard. You see Grodzinski just push up the track and just burp the throttle for just a hair. But right there, Coleman not able to get it wound up in time. And unfortunately, Coleman gets the worst of it.
So let's see. It's 30 laps now. Everybody's coming down to the pit lane, I bet. Even though we last had caution and pit stops on lap number 10, here comes the whole cavalry. Ready, Joey Petrie, Eli, Wingo, Duncan, Zybert, Helms, Dyer, Tatum, Fournette, Grant, Smith, Packard, Cass, Peterson, Altus, Sherwood, Gilliams, Terry, Massey, all in. 4 tires, filling up the tank with Sunoco fuel, and here comes, looks like Petrie already out of the pit lane. Joey Petrie in front of Jack, Eli, and Wingo, Tatum, Duncan, Cass, and Grant. Pretty much the way they all come down to the pit lane is the way they will exit off of the pit lane as well. 31 in. Back with more coverage from Daytona in a moment. The SNB Cup Series, an opening race to the Appalachian Holler Hunters 250 on LSR TV. We're proud to be your home for sim racing. Lights are off of the pace truck as we welcome you back to LSR TV coverage of round number 1 of season 2 opener for the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. I am Wesley Outling, Greg Rentz, Charles Wooten in the production chair, and we are ready to come back for the restart for the second time after our second swag yellow flag. Joey Petrie, Jack Eli on the front row. They'll be side by side when they make their way back to the Geico restart zone. Tucker Wingo and Ross Tatum make up row number 2. Zach Duncan, Dakota Cass, row number 3. Jake Jacob Grant, Brockton Packard will make up row 4. Robbie Helms and Carson Zybert will be in the top 10 as they work their way back to the tri-oval. The pace truck comes onto the pit lane. We're back underway at Daytona, Greg.
Back underway, and that was not a pretty restart as Zach Duncan got shuffled below the line. Petrie came down there right on the start, and they are discussing right now between themselves that restart. That was not pretty.
The series officials of the SNB Cup Series definitely deciding what they're going to call here for that. Right now it stands. Race continues on. Nobody getting an EOL penalty right now as we speak.
And there's a plane taking off on the runway, Wesley. Just saw it out of the corner of my eye. There's a plane taking off at Daytona. Wonder where they're headed. Maybe they're headed over to Hotlanta for the truck race tomorrow.
Yeah, that's supposed to be our flight. We missed it.
Yeah, well, dang it. Have to catch the next one.
I'm not going to say that. 30 down the tri-oval back to turn 1.
Ooh, look at Jacob Grant going up to the outside window through a block. And Grant checked up. Remember, Wesley, Grant hit the wall, which brought out the first caution all the way back on lap number 10. Has raced his way up to now. He's leading the way on the outside right now. Currently being scored in 5th. Move him to 4th with that pass right there.
Look at Grant doing it on his own on the outside lane. And now he had some help for a second. Thought we're going to have the 54 tuck up in front of him, if you will.
Still might if he can get up there before he gets to the spot. Too late. Look at
Hey, he's got some help though, man.
Ross the Boss Tatum giving him a push.
And the Body Armor card. By the way, Body Armor is a good drink. I drink it all the time. I love Body Armor.
Body Armor.
The Body Armor.
My cup. They sponsor my cup, guys, so I'm happy with it.
Brian Blaney?
Yeah. Big Blaney fan.
They work their way down the back straightaway. Whoa, a couple of cars going below the yellow line.
And once again, it's Tucker Wingo in the 99. He's been kind of flirting with that all race long. Wesley noticed he's tucked in behind Eli, and even when he was tucked in behind Petrie, he's been flirting with those left side tires as low as he can get them. That may not be what he wants to do at the end of the race here. Again, going down left side, dipping below the line. He's not making a pass.
That's right.
But he might not want to get too comfortable doing that before too long, because that double yellow line rule is enforced in this series.
And remember, you go below the double yellow line and you advance your position. You either have to give it back. If you do not, then the next caution you suffer an EOL penalty. Okay, hey, we're going to play a game here. We have right now about 36 people watching on the YouTube LSR TV channel. If we can get up to 50 people watching concurrent at one time, we're going to give somebody $25. The race winner is going to win $25. Yeah.
And they don't know that, so
unless they're listening to the broadcast.
Hey, we've heard that happen before. So we're at 38 now. It's already going up. If we can get 50 viewers by the time we go green or we go checkered, Race Crew is going to get a surprise $25 sent to them courtesy of your friends at LSR TV, your home for sim racing, as Petrie gets back to the lead. He's now on the outside making it work as he throws the block on Grant, opens the door for Jack Eli, the old Jack Daniels 54 with a move on the inside. Eli looking for the lead.
Working off the corner, back down the straightaway.
Eli leads the lap. Wingo was able to get back in front for the second spot there at the stripe, Wesley. So, by the way, we're at lap 39. We are about 12 or so laps from halfway right now here at Daytona, the SNB Cup Series Season 2 debut, and the first time here that the SNB Cup Series has been streamed on iRacing, with the exception of that one-off, LSR TV. Oh no, we have lost another driver in the field. They have parked it. It's the one-handed bandit, Will Duvall, behind the wall. Look out! We got
trouble!
Grant's getting the worst of it.
Cars flying through the air. Grant goes up in the air. Couple more cars scatter. 5, 6 machines. One still flipping on his lid, turning like a top. And the caution is Zach Duncan, and the caution is out. Zach Swag Duncan started that accident. We're going to take a look at the Swag instant replay of where it all come unglued.
This all started as they try to make their way around the lap car. I believe that's Spencer Hardison. He's doing what he needs to do, hold his line. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
Into Grant and the other car flying through the air.
Tatum involved. Ooh, is that Matt Dyer in the 88 going for a spin there?
Yeah.
And we apologize.
Hopefully you don't get motion sickness.
Yeah, because this ain't going to be pretty.
On board Swag with the man that went airborne. Watch this.
You see Hardison's trying to stay out of the way. Ooh, contact there from, I believe, Petrie. Trigger that and take off.
I believe I can fly.
No, Zach, the runway is on the back or behind the backstretch. It's not in turn 4.
Under caution again. 40 laps about to be completed when they come back to the start-finish line. And we had about a 10-lap green flag run before the caution, and I wonder if anybody's going to pit. No, they don't. Some cars do, but at least the cars in the top 4 do not. Eli, Wingo, Packard, Petrie, and Zybert will stay out.
Rest of the field on pit road. Well, we were going to talk to Will Duvall under this caution. Unfortunately, he's loaded it up and hit the road back to West Virginia here tonight.
The one-arm bandit having problems tonight, and he is out of the race.
He's only our second driver to officially retire from the race, Wesley, so unfortunately that is not going to work out for him.
The no
thumb
the
wonder.
no thumb wonder,
Goes
as our
to
producer
no
called
thumb
him.
Blunder.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We love you, buddy. Don't leave us.
The cowboy out of Mannington, West Virginia, now thumbless after a construction accident.
It's not confirmed yet. He had consultation earlier today. We don't know yet.
Yeah, well. He weighs a little less. Probably lost 2 pounds after his thumb fell off. Actually, it might be more weight because all the bandages and everything around it. So, yeah. Hey, by the way, if we get 50 active viewers at the same time, right? We're up to 39.
41.
Up to 41 now. But we're 9 away. If we get 50 active viewers at the same time on the LSR TV YouTube broadcast feed, then we will give $25 to the winner of this race. So do your part. Make a difference. How about the SNB Cup Series? Yeah, that counts as 2. There you go. That'll count.
Up to 43 now.
Hey, by the way, interact with us. Let us know where you're checking us out from. Where are you watching the race from?
And how many screens are you watching it on?
Yeah, how many screens are you watching? The big screen, you got the tablet in front of you, you got the cell phone, you run to the kitchen while we're under caution. There's a plane landing. Look at it, the plane landed.
That's our return flight.
That was Air Force One coming in. Go Trump. Make racing great again.
Hey, I have a hat that says that.
I do too, actually. Yeah, I have a t-shirt also.
There goes our producer, always giving us those comments in the ear again.
Our producer says, leave me alone. We ain't had coffee yet.
Too late for coffee. Don't have decaf. Got one from Southern Ohio watching in. I know Aunt Kathy's in the Greater Washington. I know Aunt Kathy's in the Greater Washington watching.
At me, bum. Alpharetta, Washington. Well, Melissa Joe Phillips says, I'm watching on 2 devices. Here to cheer for Kenan Massey, drummer boy.
44,
45, by the way.
people.
Tell your friends. Tell your enemies.
Tell your friends we're going green flag racing here at Daytona.
Pace truck is in. We're ready. for the restart. Here in the
And
Geico
Wesley.
restart zone, underway, but Eli on the jump. We're back underway here at Daytona. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
This is huge, Wesley. Second place, Tucker Wingo. Connection issues out of the race for the time being. Second place was going to be on the front row for that restart. That's why the 99, who led so much of the early going, is not in the race anymore. Connection
out.
issues.
Connection issues on car number 99. And this will open up the door for Packard now to move to P2. Petrie to third, the pole car. We're approaching halfway here. Midland, North Carolina. Melissa, I live in Durham, North Carolina. How far is that from Midland? No, I don't.
You know, one of these days our producer's going to say something, but he's going to forget to mute his mic, and we're going to have a lot of splaining to do.
Drummer
Jackie
Boy
Lai
says,
leading
this
the
is
way.
my first time watching, and I'm loving it. I'm going to tune in all season. Well, hope you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Hope you tune in to every race on LSR TV. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell every single time LSR TV is live, including tomorrow night's truck doubleheader here on
Thursday,
LSR
Truck
TV.
Thunder. Truck, yeah, Aunt Kathy. Truck, yeah. Into turn number 3, ready,
Hey,
approach
Wesley.
the halfway. It's Eli out in front. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Look who's behind him. Brockton Packard representing the Adrenaline iRacing League, High Five Racing. He's up to second. Remember, that's another upcoming broadcast this Sunday night. The Adrenaline iRacing League Championship night coming up from Phoenix, Arizona.
That's right.
This Sunday night.
The championship will be decided for the Adrenaline iRacing League Cup Series. It will also be the final broadcast on LSR TV for that series.
There's another North Carolina one for you here in the tab, Wesley. Elk Park, North Carolina. Hello, Chrissy Clausen.
The home of Appalachian Holler Hunters, who is a sponsor of the series and this race tonight here at Daytona. As we approach halfway, Eli holding off Packard and more. As they are now, hey, how about Altus up there for the first time? He's up to third.
Love
Ball
the Bill
back to
Elliott.
fourth.
I love these old Bill Elliott vibes he's got on the 94 car. Kind of gives that old McDonald's 94 vibe a little bit on the 94 of Altus.
By the way, subscribe to LSR TV. As Drummer Boy said, hit the bell. Ba-ra-pa-pa-bum. And then whenever you do that, you will get notifications of when LSR TV has updates and when we go live for broadcasts. So, yeah.
Thanks for that. Now, every time I say hit the bell, that's all I'm going to be able to say after. And people at work are going to look at me very confused.
Ba-ra-pa-pa-bum.
Yes.
Oh. We have fun, by the way, in the broadcast booth if you people have not figured that out as well. If you're not having fun, why the hell are you doing it? Here they come to the line.
Look at Altus. He's having fun on the outside lane. Look who is pushing him up here in the top 5, Wesley. The 22 Cody Terry started tail and Charlie. 28th of 28. He's up in the top 5, and we're not even halfway just yet.
Cody Terry for MP Motorsports. There you see him right there in the 22. Ooh, they're getting frantic. They're getting frantic on the front pack. Eli starting to play blocker on Packard and more. There you see him giving a push to the 94 of Joshua Altus. As Altus has moved up to second.
He's going for the lead. He might lead this lap, Wesley. I think he's going to. I think that number 94 Chevy Camaro is going to lead the lap at Daytona.
I think he's just happy that I'm finally getting his name right. I used to call him Altis. Now it's Altus. Altus to the lead in the 94. New leader approaching halfway here in 3 more laps. Working their way off the back straightaway now. Down the long stretch here, the Daytona Super Stretch.
Hey, Roanoke, Virginia in the chat. Brian Lawson representing Robbie Helms tonight. He's in the top 10 right now, Wesley, in that number 18. Haven't mentioned his name yet in the Under Armour Toyota, but here he is running nicely right now. Tail end of this first group.
By the way, we are still looking for a sponsor for a partner for the LSR TV coverage of One to Go, as well as a grid sponsor. If you're interested, let us know. Appalachian Holler Hunters would be a cool idea. enhance
You've
your
already
business a little
seen
bit.
the grid. We'll have to put like a your logo here thing in there starting moving forward here with at least the grid. I know we got the swag one to go until we do find a new sponsor.
Yes.
You'll see that coming up as soon as the white flag falls, and you can get a good taste of what exactly you would get if you do elect to sponsor that. Hey, Altus in the 94 is taking the lead, but Cody Terry has a run on the outside with help from, is that the 96 of Zach Peterson, another driver that we haven't talked about. Wesley, the top, or 3 of the top 4 right now, all started outside the top 20. 5 of the top 6.
One away from 50, by the way. One away from 50. Not only on the racetrack, but also in the chat box. If we get over 50 listeners at one time, $25 will be going to the winner of the race. And there it is. Thank you for somebody helping us make history as we come to halfway next time by as well. Here at Daytona, we have hit 50 active listeners, viewers.
One car coming down pit road. Someone made the left turn on the pit road.
They certainly did.
All by himself, trying to figure out who it is.
Halfway here at Daytona. We'll rest our voices for you, the viewers, and we hope you enjoy an extended kicking the asphalt SNB style from Daytona.
Ba-dum-ba-bum-bum.
Bum. Here they come. Christmas around the corner, and here come the SNB Cup Series coming at you as well. And second half about to get underway here as again we have just passed the halfway mark a few laps ago.
Help us out also by hitting that like button down there.
Yeah, hit
Give
the
it a
likes, the
thumbs up.
shares. And also, by the way, go to @LSR TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and bug the hell out of Cody and become a follower.
We have an LSR TV Instagram? Huh,
Yeah.
I need to hit the follow button as well.
And also check out Appalachian Holler Hunters while you're at it as well. The title sponsor of the SNB Cup Series. Working, zigging, zagging down the straightaway through the tri-oval. And Altus is the man out in front, leading the way in the 94.
Wesley, top 4 all started outside the top 20. 25th, 28th, last. 23rd, 26th. Altus, Terry, Peterson, Sherwood. Those are your top 4. They all started outside of the top 20.
You see the top 5 on the bottom, on the monitor? Presented by SawBlade.com. Quick break from Daytona. We'll go side by side so you don't miss a thing. The SNB Cup Series presented by Holler Hunters on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Thanks, viewers.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Back here at the World Center of Racing Virtual Daytona International Speedway with the opening round of Season 2 for the SNB Cup Series. It is the Appalachian Holler Hunters 250 presented by Swag and on LSR TV. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Greg Rentz up in Washington State, running the boards in Wichita Falls, Texas, is our executive producer, Mr. Charles Wooten. Right now, we're just after halfway mark, approaching lap number 58, coming up on 60. 40 remaining. Let's take a look at the sawblade.com weather conditions as this race is now in the halfway point of the event. And oh my, the track temperature has really shot up and the ambient temperature still stays the same there, Greg.
So trying to work our way through this race as the track temp heats up. The action's beginning to heat up as well. Your leader is that black and red 94 car, the fourth car in line right now. These three cars in front of him, which include Jack Eli, Joey Petrie, and Brockton Packard, they're on the lead lap. We got cars on pit road, including your race leader, Wesley Green.
Whoa, trouble on the pit lane. Cars coming to the pit, spinning. I think that's the 22 car.
Cody Terry, and he may have some damage on the rear of that 22 car.
And no caution behind you.
Now we stay green for the time being as cars slide on to pit road. Tonka on Zachary Stone.
Man, you remember Tonka? Remember Tonka when you was a kid? The Tonka trucks when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
You love a Tonka truck. I ain't talking about no cheap plastic stuff either. I'm talking about metal Tonka trucks.
The old school Tonka trucks. Did you ever see the movie Trucks?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The Tonka truck scene in that movie. Yeah.
Cars. Whoa. Slow down, buddy. He is probably going to get a pit road penalty right there. That car for speeding. Holy cow.
That was Matt Dyer.
Boy, he was flying onto the pit lane.
Cartoon Network in the 88 Ford Mustang here. And this one, he slides into his pit stall.
He was like Looney Tunes coming down pit road for sure.
Oh, the 18.
Oh, no. Wow.
He hit the inside wall, and that pushed him outside of his pit stall.
Holy man.
That is a tough one there for Robbie Helms in the 18.
And they are penalizing the 88 car of Matt Dyer for speeding on pit road. Tough break for the Ford Mustang Cartoon Network entry of Matt Dyer.
Lost another car behind the wall out of the race. Wesley, Zach Duncan has parked it for the evening in the number 80 after he went to Six Flags about, 20 laps ago.
Oh yeah, Six Flags. Ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. Hey, don't forget tomorrow night, by the way, as we see the leader all on his lonesome.
Caleb Smith, the 25.
Myself. That's the song he's humming right now. Caleb Smith in car number 25, the man out in front. He has no, he's not coming to pit road just yet. He has no iota deciding to pit. He still stays on the racetrack, and he is all on his lonesome right there in the car. Number 25, Caleb Smith.
Well, we've seen this work before, Wesley, at Talladega. Remember, we did a Monday Night Cup Series race now on Tuesday nights here on LSR TV. That series is.
It's about World of Thunder?
Yeah, World of Thunder, the Cup Series.
To be announced.
The winner of that race was a driver who stayed out on pit stops at Talladega. He stayed out, caught up with his teammates, and won the race.
4 pit stops for Caleb Smith, for the man currently in the number 1 position. By the way, let's change it up and let's look on the ticker and show you all the numbers of the people that have pitted in the entire duration on the scoring pylon. You'll see the numbers 1 through 4. There they are.
Ta-da!
Maybe Smith pitted and we didn't catch it, Greg, and that's why he's out in front.
Came down early. We did see some drivers come down pit road slightly before that, so it would not surprise me. And the good news for him is, while he's out by himself, he's going to eventually pick up a draft once some cars get back up to him, so he'll be fine there. Rest of the field, they're going to have to hope for a caution here to try to get things settled back down. Here comes the pack behind them. That is second, third, fourth on back.
And that pack from second, third, fourth on back, as you just mentioned, Greg, they're also a lot faster than Smith being by himself alone. They're in a pack, and they are pulling each other down the track, down the straightaway, into the corner. And in doing so, it will allow Smith to eventually get ran down by Eli and company as they work their way down the back stretch now. And there you see Smith. He's just going to turn 3 now.
He's getting around Tucker Wingo, who's back in the race after those connection issues. For reference, Wesley, it took Wingo 6 laps.
And here they come
to get back into the session. But here comes the pack. Jack Eli, the 54, Tucker Wingo ducking down pit road into number 99, saying, no, I'm just getting out of the way.
Wingo doing the right thing, just getting out of harm's way. You're exactly right, because here comes the fast pack coming after him. The best thing that Smith can do is to try to find a way to align himself with this pack so he doesn't get ran over, so to speak.
He's going to be able to. The question is, where does he fall in line?
Probably right there.
Pack? If they can come down, yes, they will. So Caleb Smith, he's going to try to pick up with Brockton Pack, High Five Racing teammate there. He's going to fall in line, so he's going to settle down in 4th. Nicely done by the High Five teammates.
And they just moved around Matt Dyer as well, the car on the top shelf there as well, off of turn number 4. So a good strategy for the number 25 for High Five Racing of Caleb Smith to go from the lead and fall back in that draft instead of getting just swallowed up and sandwiched and put to the back. He's able to get into the top 5 and 4th. Good strategy there with 30 laps to go at Daytona.
Yeah, nicely done. So closing in again, like Wesley said, we got 35 laps to go on the board right now. Your top 5 are Jack Eli, pole sitter Joey Petrie, Brockton Packard, Caleb Smith, and Joshua Altus, who have run the top 5. Believe of those, the only one who has not led a lap so far yet today is Brockton Packard, and he actually, looking back, he did lead a lap with a nice move on the outside of a few laps ago. So all your top 5 have led laps here so far today. Gilliam's in the 28. We have not talked about him in the black and yellow 28 car. He's in 6th. Coleman is a lap down in the number 51. Correction, he is 3 laps down in the Rowdy Energy 51.
Back off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. And here they come, moving by more lap cars as Eli, the man out in front, the man that started this race on the pole. Joey Petrie in 2nd in the 33, Broxton Packard 3rd, Caleb Smith again falling to 4th, Joshua Altis in 5th. Matthew Gilliams is in 6th, Sherwood 7th, Helms 8th, Stone and Terry, your top 10. And there they are in that pack right there, roaring through the tri-oval back across start finish. Laps winding down.
Lap traffic ahead of your leaders now. Grant and Wingo. Two-car tango here on turn number 2, going down the back stretch. Brockton Packard to the outside now, trying to get a run. He's hooked up with his teammate Caleb Smith, but they fall back in line. Spencer Hardison is there as well in the number 9. Hardison is also 3 laps down. He's racing with Evan Coleman for position right now. He's got 2 cars between him right now, though. One of those being the number 4 of Keenan Massey, who's a lap ahead of them. He is scored 2 laps down.
Back across the line. Approaching the final 30 laps of this event here, working lap 68. Jack Eli still the man out in front. Everyone single file, no one jumping out of line. And the question is here, Greg, are they going to have to pit again before the finish? We saw a cycle of green flag pit stops. I'm thinking they're going to have to pit with under 20 to go.
Yes, they are definitely going to have to pit at least one more time here in this one at Daytona. Eli, Petrie, Packard, your top 3. They are 3rd, 4th, and 5th in this line. Grant and Wingo are in front of them, laps down. Jacob Grant only 1 lap down right now in the 5. Wingo is 7 laps down in the 99 after his issues earlier in the day. Remember, he had connection issues. That's essentially the iRacing version of motor problems in the number 99. And that was a shame, Wesley, because he had been up in the top 5 leading laps all day.
For sure, as they work their way down the back straightaway. There you see them all staying patiently in position down to 3, moving through that lap car. Grant, they're trying to get around him. Up break for Grant. Jacob Grant at one time was going to be, I felt, a contender to be a possible winner in this race tonight. And then got caught up in 2 different exchanges of bad luck that wasn't of his doing.
Whoa, one car down on the apron. One car was going for a ride on the apron. I believe that was Hardison in the number 9 who shot down to the apron. Yes, it was because
Homestead winner. Yep.
Yeah, Homestead winner in the Adrenaline iRacing League, I believe. Or no, that was in this.
No, he won the finale for the SNB Cup Series for Season 1. Yep.
That's right. That's right. I wasn't on the call for that one.
No, Brett was. Confused. Yeah.
We see Hardison on Sundays in the Adrenaline iRacing League. Once again, their championship race this Sunday night. It has been a heck of a points battle all season long.
Whoa! And they're coming to the pits. This is the money stop. Green flag pit stops underway. They pull down quickly. Oh man, are they speeding on pit road? They might get penalized as well, like we saw what happened to Matt Dyer.
Yeah, I'm worried about Eli in the number 54. I think Packard and Petrie were good. I'm worried about that 54.
Wondering if the 54 is going to get a penalty here. We'll tell you what's going on with Jack Eli. He's in pit stall number 3. If they're going to hold him or not. They were literally, I mean, you got to realize you're coming off the pit lane. Well, maybe they're going to take their pity on him. Literally, you're coming down off the pit, coming onto the pit lane off of the racing track, and you're going almost 190 plus miles an hour. You got to get on the binders to quickly get the 45 miles an hour pit road speed here, Greg. And that's not an easy task.
No, it's really not. You got to get this thing wound down when you're coming down pit road. A little easier here at Daytona than the restrictor plate counterpart a few hours west of here in Talladega, Alabama. As there's your pack with the new leader, Caleb Smith, in the number 25 up there leading the way. He's, again, 3rd in line behind these 2 drivers a lap down, being the 5 of Grant and the 99 of Wingo. And he's also got 2 lap cars behind him. Second place is the 94 of Altus.
So we're starting to see a cycle of green flag pit stops beginning to develop for the 2nd time in a row, a very long green flag run.
Here's 3 Roanoke, Virginia drivers lined up 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Gilliams, Sherwood, and Helms, although Robbie Helms is deep in the field car-wise because he got shuffled back on that last round of pit stops. He's back about 14 seconds behind the rest of this.
Shout out to those drivers and those fans viewing from up on I-81 in the Commonwealth of Virginia. As now, so we're watching Smith go back to the top spot. This has been the second time that he has been able to lead in the green flag cycle of pit stops.
Now this is big, Wes.
We know he hasn't pitted yet.
Look who's leading this group now. Those three, Eli, Petrie, and Packard. Now they're leading the group, trying to hold on to a spot on the lead lap with that buffer of Grant and Wingo behind them, between them and the leader, Caleb Smith. That's going to be big moving forward here.
And Matt Dyer is the only car on the racetrack a lap down. If the caution was to come out, he would get the free pass and move back on the lead lap. Riding on board with the leader, Caleb Smith, with those other cars that were some fast contenders in front of him. But you just reiterated on, Greg, as they work their way in a pack, trying to hold off Smith off the high banks on the back straightaway. And behind him, Altice is ready, and so is Williams and Sherwood. And remember, they still have to pit. 25 laps to go here at Daytona. We'll go side by side so you don't miss a thing. Our final commercial break to the checkered flag. Who's going to win round one of season 2 in the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters? More coverage from Daytona next. Let's look at your top 5 as we get ready to go to break. And we'll be ready to bring you to the checkered flag when we return on LSR TV, your home for sim racing.
We're based out of...
I want to show you what we can do. It's like a newborn puppy. Like, I want to show you how cute we are. Come see us. Come see what we can do. You'll be amazed. My name is Kim Connolly-Wilner. I worked for Studio for almost 4 years. I project engineer, creative direction, graphic designer. Outside of Studio, I like to paint, knit, crochet. My favorite thing about working for Studio is the ability to be around like-minded people, and the work is cool. When I was first told about Studio, is the wood shop, the metal shop, and how they can take nothing and build it. That's what I've been around my whole life, so to have the opportunity to actually work here is pretty amazing. When I came onto Studio, Tom was sort of this unicorn. So you'd hear his voice, or you'd catch a glimpse of him, you just naturally wanted to be around him. His big smile. I loved to go into his office and kind of poke at him, see what he was working on, have him talk to me about past projects. I wanted to learn what he knew. This is his legacy, everything. You feel him every day. When you sit down and you're starting a new project, it really is something in the back of your mind, like, would Tom like this? Would he think this is cool? You know, he was kind of a mentor to a lot of people, so you don't want to disappoint even though he's not around us anymore.
Top 5, you see them on the monitor, on the scoring ticker, presented by sawblade.com. And you've also seen a cycle of the green flag pit stops continue. We're ready to bring it to the home stretch here for round number 1 of the Appalachian Holler Hunters 250. From the World Center of Racing, virtually the iRacing Daytona International Speedway. And again, Robbie Helms is now the new leader in the number 18. Nope, not anymore. He comes down to the pit lane. Ross Tatum will now be the new car. Number 1 out in front in P1 here at Daytona.
And that's big for Tatum because he had quite the adventure.
Pits.
There he is going down pit road in that
Caleb
number
Smith
1.
back to the lead in 25. Third time he leads the race.
Ta-da!
And by the way, while all that was going on, Greg Wrench, you've got Jack Eli, Joey Petrie, Brockton Packard, Matthew Gilliams, Joshua Altice. They've all reeled back in the leader of Caleb Smith.
Here we go. Going to be 20 laps to go at the line. Caleb Smith leads the way. It's about half a straightaway back to the next car in line, which would be Jack Eli in the number 54 Jack Daniels Mustang, but plenty of time for him to make it up.
On board with Wingo in the 24th position. That camera presented by
Whoa!
Body Balance
Bingo!
by Rhonda. Whoa, here we go. We got trouble. We got trouble. I think we got a car smoking there.
Yeah, Tucker Wingo going for a ride on pit road, but he made it down pit road.
Below the
save.
apron.
See if we can get a swag replay of that one, because I thought for sure we were about to see a yellow flag.
And there was the onboard camera presented by Body Balance by Rhonda. That's Smith Shark, Rhonda Smith. And here is the swag instant replay with the Shark, Billy Smith Jr. Watch this. I saw him spinning. I was like, oh, here we go. No caution. Oh, according to our producers, he wasn't, I quote, drifting into the pit lane. There you go. He flat spotted those tires.
It's all about style. Well, Wesley, while we got a few laps left and the group trying to close in your leader, which they are shaving into it big time. You mentioned the Sharks. Tell them a little bit about swag and what all they got here on LSR TV.
Billy and Rhonda Smith.
Hold on.
Smith Wraps and Graphics
Caution.
created swag, and we also have them sponsor the swag caution, and there you see why. It's Wingo. Wingo going around, and it looks like he spun below the apron, but they had to throw a caution for safety. And this ends a long...
What happened?
My goodness, what a long 40-lap green flag run. Maybe something like that. Drifting again.
He's drifting.
And into the wall. That's not drifting. That's scratching.
That's what happens when you call bingo and you don't have it, Wingo.
Bum-bum-bum-bum. The problems with the 99 Wingo's car. All right, Greg. Caution out. What is this like? Only the fourth caution, third caution of the race?
Third, I think.
Third caution of the race. I mean, so it's been pretty, been pretty good.
Been a nice run here for these guys. Well, while we're under a swag yellow flag and we wait for our drivers to catch up to the pace car, go ahead and finish what we were talking about with the Sharks and what we got here for swag.
Billy and Rhonda Smith created swag, the Simulation World Auto Group, and a couple other partners in the world of iRacing. And of course, we've had some successful events like the E300 at Martinsville, working on some other big shows like the Short Track Nationals, $12,000 inaugural Short Track Nationals coming up in January. And in addition to that, we've created the Studio Displays Dirt Super Late Model Series. Man, we had a great show last night. Chris Ferguson was there before he gets ready for the Dirt Track World Championship. He ran with us, had a lot of great drivers, 37 in total competed. Of course, the winner was Blake Majulis. And then, of course, tomorrow night we have the new swag PMI Pavement Marking Super Truck Series, and that will be on the LSR TV beginning at 8/7 Central. So a lot of cool things coming up. And then the Winter Heat Series coming up on Saturday night real soon.
I'll be competing in that. I'll be competing in the street stock portion of that.
We're going to put you in the broadcast booth with me, and then you're going to run the street stock, right? You're going to. Is that the plan?
What we're going to do? That I'll do it.
You'll be our in-race reporter?
I'm going to be Clint Boyer from the NASCAR Pro Invitational, because I'll do it, but the results are going to be probably the same.
Yeah,
let's talk a little bit about what that winter heat
might not be good for you.
Let's talk a little bit about that winter heat class, because this is going to be fun. It's going to be coming up on Saturday night, short tracks here on the iRacing server, and this is what it's going to be. 14 years old and younger drivers will be able to compete in the Legend cars.
Legend cars, yep.
Same track, street stocks going on. That's going to be where I'm at. Then I guess I'm
modified,
hopping back up to the booth for SK Modifieds, and we call them Pro Late models in our team. It's the old style late model, the Chevy Monte Carlo SS, the old style late model before the super late models came to iRacing. That was the big late model scene. 4 classes every Saturday night, and looking forward
basically limited late models.
Pretty much, yeah.
Legends, again, Legends, street stocks, modifieds, limited late models. Every Saturday night during the winter time. It'll be broadcast on LSR TV as well as on CRN Sports.
Brought to you by Ryko
Winter Heat
Motorsports.
Series. Ryko Motorsports, yeah. Whatever he said. 17 to go. Pit stops being made. If only y'all could hear what our producer says in our ears, y'all would just, I keep telling Greg, I keep telling Charles, one night we need to do like a, announcer unplugged, where like the fans can experience the whole experience. You can actually be able to listen to the production, you can listen to the conversations, you can listen to pre-race, you can listen to how we prepare, you can listen to what goes on behind the scenes during commercial break.
It would be, we would have to have Charles's finger on the sensor, beep, 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 all day long. Remember, we were talking about doing a podcast at one point. Maybe that'll be an episode.
Yeah, they revoked it. They revoked it. That was it. They said it wasn't good for television. Or it was too good for TV. Here goes the airplane. Air Force One coming in. Make racing great again, Trump. Even on iRacing.
Make sim racing great again.
Yeah, there you go.
That's our plane coming back in for Atlanta tomorrow, Wesley. So
yeah, that's our ride. They're waiting for us. We're waiting for us. I know we're coming out of the finish.
They're coming in.
Race.
They're going to refuel it. And by the time they're ready to go, we're going to be on.
I was supposed to do another. I was supposed to do another broadcast at 10:30. I was hoping this would be done, but that's not the case. Might have to work some overtime here. All right, ready to come for the restart. As the lights are off on the pace truck. Joey Petrie, Jack Eli on the front row. Joshua Altis, Robert Sherwood, Caleb Smith, your top 5, and it will, yes sir, 15 to go. Yeah.
Shootout time at Daytona. Fans in the chat, pick a driver, pick a car, pick a number.
Sounds like you're at a carnival.
15 laps to go.
Step right up, don't be shy, no one's a loser. Pick yourselves out a winner, everybody, as we're about to come back to the Geico restart zone out of turn number 4, ready for the green flag. And we are underway. Final 15 laps for virtual Daytona. And once again, Petrie, pole car, pulling away. Altis on the inside as we go to 1.
Where's your ticket booth? I'm looking for my unlimited ride pass as Altis gets a run on the outside. Look at the run Caleb Smith got right on the back bumper of Petrie there, but Altis bringing it up into number 94 with help from Jack Eli. Everybody who was in trouble of going a lap down and losing touch with the leader, it's all settled down now. 14 cars on the lead lap as we rock them down the backstretch. 15 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Katie bar the door. Pick yourselves out a winner seriously because this pack is all bunched up. They are ready to bring it down to the home stretch. 14 remaining and working to the straightaway. Wow.
Did you see that bobble from Petrie in the 33?
Come on now, Greg. You got to use my words.
Wiggle and a giggle and a bobble and a jiggle.
Ah! Good job. Back to 1.
Ta-da!
Whoa! Speaking of that, Eli definitely getting a wiggle and a giggle and a bobble and a jiggle. And a oh my. And a hold on. Below the line, Eli. Petrie's there. So is also the other machine.
Packard.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Gordon, Petty tribute. Didn't that paint scheme win a plate race at Talladega one time? Or a very
I guess he won a lot of races. He was very good.
He was very good. You know, he only won, what, 1 or 2 or 93 wins in the Cup Series?
93 Cup Series wins, yes.
93. You know,
hold on, guys. Oh, man, I thought we were about to have a wreck in 2 parts of the corner there.
Stay green. Altis on the outside.
They are not slow dancing now. They are 2-stepping.
How about Robert Sherwood? We haven't talked about the 29 yet. Another Roanoke, Virginia driver. He's in second in line on the outside there. Hooked up now with Altis and Cody Terry, who's fought his way back after mowing the grass on the pit stop. Maybe he needs a John Deere sponsorship. Remember the old Chad Little John Deere car? Maybe we get him that one.
Yes, sir. 97.
He's from my stomping ground, Spokane, Washington. Chad Little from there as well.
Down into the straightaway, back into turn number 1, coming up. Laps winding down. 13 laps to go.
Speaking of Spokane, I'm going to brag about my hometown for just a second, Wesley. Pop quiz, biggest race victory for a driver from Spokane. It's a crown jewel.
Mike Bliss, ain't it?
No, Mike Bliss is from Portland, Oregon. It was
that's
actually
right. Portland,
Tom
Oregon,
Sneva,
that's right.
the Tom Sneva, the Indianapolis 500.
That's right. You're
1983,
exactly right.
Spokane, Washington. I'm probably pretty proud of that one more than any other accomplishment for a Spokane driver. Tom Sneva winning the Indy 500.
You're exactly right. You got me. By the way, I know Mike Bliss from Oregon. He's also another talented driver.
Very talented. He was big in the super modifieds, the open wheel cars.
Oh, yes.
Here before moving on to the Cup Series. Look at Packard in the 24. He's getting a run on the outside with help from Caleb Smith. High Five Racing.
My first time ever going to Charlotte Motor Speedway. This was back in the early 2000s, as a matter of fact. It was back during the SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie 300. I used to laugh whenever they called the race that. That's what it was called, the SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie 300.
I'll believe it.
And Mike Bliss won the event. He won the race, and he made a daring move 3 wide, bounced off the wall. The way Charlotte racing used to be, off turn 4 in October in the fall, he picked up the win. 10 to go, coming up next time around here at Daytona.
Who's going to get the win here in this one? Eli leads the lap, but Packard is bringing the Jeff Gordon tribute on the outside with help from Caleb Smith, his teammate. Look at Altus hanging back there in third. High Five Racing out in front, looking for a big one here in the SNB Cup Series. They all save it. I don't know how, but they all saved it. Petrie. Now that's going to be an interesting one there, Wesley. He did not make a pass for position, but if he had wound up in front of those guys, he would have had to give that back.
Greg, I'm going to need to ask you a favor, buddy. When this race concludes, I need you to handle post-race and do the interviews. I'm going to be a little bit late for another one.
Yes, sir.
But if you can handle the interviews for me, that would be great. With Packard out in front, leading the way, ready for the final 10. Now make it 9 to go here at Daytona. Packard, Eli, Smith. Here comes Smith now. Caleb has been the fast car during a green flag pit stop cycle run, Greg. Now he needs to show his momentum and spice to see if he can battle with the race pack in a real green flag run with the rest of the guys.
He wants 3 wide outside, but he's going to get shuffled to the back. Here we go. We got the big one.
Oh, no, trouble.
And the entire field is in this one, Wesley.
Oh, my goodness. Open up the back straightaway, top block from top to bottom. We have a virtual omelet mayhem of destruction. They are scattered, smothered, and covered, and chopped, and diced, and sliced.
You've been waiting all night to say that one. Here's a look at the swag replay.
Presented by All-American Pools. On the front pack, and there it all comes unglued. Did anybody get through it? Holy hell. Oh, my goodness.
Look at the 25. I think Caleb Smith got through relatively okay. The problem is many of these drivers had already used the fast repair. There's Caleb Smith. He got through it, but he does have some damage. Let's take another look at it. All right, let's take a look. We're watching the 94 of Altus to see if he gets through. There goes the 54. There's the contact. Smith. Altus involved, and Smith just barely gets through. Who's that sneaking through there on the inside?
My goodness. Man, oh, man.
14.
Car number 14 sneaking
Cody
through there.
Fernett. We have
Cody.
not said his name all day long.
Cody
Here
Fernett.
he is in second place, and he just got through that melee. With
save of the night for him right there. Fernett. Yeah.
Minimal damage on that number 14 car.
You know, you're approaching under 10 remaining. You're going to see this kind of chaotic action with 8 road to go. And oh, man, look at that. So many good cars. Jack Eli, the 24, also got collected. Brockton Packard.
I think that confirms that every single car got some kind of damage in this one, Wesley. And
Caleb Smith survived the big one. And he's coming down to pit road. Minimal damage maybe on the 25, but he's ready to go. Cody Terry behind him, and Joey Petrie, Matt Dyer, Zachary Stone to boot here, Greg.
Question is, fast repair. Has he already used it in the 25 car on pit road?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
A lot of these use fast repairs from earlier incidents.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, coverage of the Swag PMI Super Truck Series. That's presented by Pavement Marketing LLC. Understanding we got about a 20-plus truck field ready to go for that race tomorrow night, what I was told. Next, then from there on, we get ready for the playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series at Atlanta. Friday, On the Rail Paints Fall Brawl. I'll be on the call for that Friday night. Saturday morning, yes, Greg, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 Central. Cody, you better set your triple alarm clock. We are on the call for a 6-hour endurance broadcast from Daytona. And no, Greg, it will not be on the road course here at Daytona for like the Rolex Speed Course or the road course. It will be on the big track, just like tonight, 6 hours.
Will there be anyone left after hour 2? You're only going to have to tune in on LSR TV to find out. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button to know when that monstrosity of a 6-hour plate enduro race goes live.
6 hours from Daytona. Man, it's going to be fun. Cody, you're going to fall asleep on me, are you?
He's in there snoring.
He's snoring right now. Wake up!
Wake up! We got a shootout at Daytona. Going to be 5 laps to green.
Yes, sir. The lights are off of the pace truck. And we will get ready to Katie bar the door and let this get back underway. You a big fan of wrestling, aren't you, Greg?
You can say
yes, sir. In the words of Jim Ross, good old JR, business has picked up.
And it's a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker, yeah. Wrestling.
Hey, how about this? Look who's up in the second position. Talked about him a moment ago. Matthew Gilliams.
Yes.
In the 28 in second place.
From Roanoke, Virginia.
Ross the Boss Tatum up in third. And then Petrie had to use the fast repair. Altus used the fast repair.
There's our flight's leaving us there. We missed our flight again, Greg.
No, that's the one going up to that's the one going back to Charlotte. We're good.
Oh, okay.
We got Atlanta.
You got to fly through Atlanta to get to Charlotte.
Exactly.
We missed our plane. Oh, no. Ready for the restart, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had fun. By the way, we'll do it again next Wednesday night, 8:50 Eastern Time.
I believe we're coming to you from New England. We're going up to Loudon, New Hampshire, I believe is what I saw on the schedule.
Yes, sir. That's a fun track.
That's going to be an awesome one.
Today's Wednesday. Today's hump day, as they always say. Hump day! Ba-bum-ba-bum-bum. Pace truck is in, ready for a shootout with 5 laps remaining here at the World Center of Racing. It's been a good one. Who will be the winner of Season 2 for the SNB Cup Series and the Appalachian Haulers 250? Appalachian Hauler Hunters 250. Green back out. Here we go again. Whoa.
Yeah, Fernet getting the bobble there from Ross Tatum in the 1. Trying to get that inside lane going. Gilliams on the outside lane with Petrie now. Brockton Packard in the 24 inside. Altus going up to the top.
To the lead.
Gilliams has not led yet. Gets the 28 out front, but here comes Petrie with a big run on the outside with help from Eli.
Holy cow. Matthew Gilliams trying to move up 25 spots to P number 1. He has moved to second. Joey Petrie back in front, missing that wreck. And here they come to the line. 4 laps to go.
8-car breakaway here at the front of the pack, Wesley, and any one of these 8 can get it done. And if a driver deep in the field can get back up there, it is on like Donkey Kong for the rest of the race. Gilliams on the inside. Altus up to second. Top 2 breaking away on the inside.
Back straightaway. Here they come down the straightaway. On the super stretch, it's Gilliams on in front. Altus now moving up to second. Not anymore. Joey Petrie, the pole car, back to P2. Jack Eli in the mix as well, but Cody Terry in the top 5. We have 2 cars, or actually 3 cars, in the top 5, up 20-plus positions in the race. 26 spots for Matthew Gilliams in the lead, 23 spots for Joshua Altice in second, 24 spots for Cody Terry in fourth, and they're right there in a pack as they roar to 1 and 4 to go.
And Cody Terry had issues on pit road that last cycle of green flag pit stops, Wesley, so he's had a nice recovery as well. Help from Brockton Packard in the 24. Say no more as Altice goes to the outside looking for a run down on the top. He's got a nice run on the outside, almost to the door of the 28 of Gilliams. 2 to go at the line. Gilliams trying to break away, and he's trying to figure out which line to go with as they come into the line. 2 to go.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it was 3 to go. 3 to go, now becoming 2 to go as they work their way to the stripe. 2 laps remaining. Less than 5 miles remain in this event. Here for Gilliams out in front, Altice. Now Altice falling back to the lead. He'll go to the inside. New leader, Joshua Altice, but not over yet. Gilliams, Petrie, Terry, Eli right there, ready to pounce on him like an alley cat in a dark night on the back straightaway.
Like a 195-mile-an-hour pace lap right now, Wesley, as they are jockeying for position. The white flag is going to come out next time by as they come through 3 and 4. Remember, if they get to the stripe and they take the white flag, the next flag ends the race.
That's right.
It's the driver with 94 on the door going to take the white flag. Swag, 1 to go for Joshua Altice.
1 to go, again presented by Swag, E-Wraps and Graphics here at Daytona. On the inside, it's Altice. On the bottom, he'll play blocker with a big hungry pack of wolves behind him off of turn 2. He's got to bowl him off of 2 to the back straightaway. They're almost 2 wide, 3 wide. Someone's going to move him. He still plays defense to the back straightaway. Greg for the final time.
Here we go, 7 cars under a blanket for the win here at Daytona in the turn 3 for the final time. Petrie, Altice, side by side for the win at Daytona in the season opener. Wesley, they're yours to the line.
Here they come off turn 4. The outside lane pushes up. 1 car goes spinning. That's going to be Ross Tatum.
Oh.
They're making contact. It's going to be another car wrecking across the finish line. They're
Petrie.
crashing to the checkered flag. 94 upside down of all Joshua Altice. He might finish second, but it's Joey Petrie to win it.
Joey
my
Petrie
goodness.
is in a shower of sparks here on the front stretch. That car is not moving, but he just won the season opener for the SNB Cup Series. Here's a look at the finish. Unbelievable. Swag replay on the blimp, brought to you by All American Pools, and wow, unbelievable finish. Joey Petrie crosses the line sideways.
Wow.
Final margin of victory, 2/100ths of a second.
What a finish. Welcome to the S&B Cup Series.
Oh.
Wait a second. They are showing, updating timing and scoring.
Altice,
They are showing Altice as the winner now, ladies and gentlemen. Crashing the car, flying through the air, and they're saying now Joshua Altice is the winner of this event. We're pulling up the final results. Stand by. And yeah, oh my goodness. Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow. 200 thousandths of a second. And they are saying now Joshua Altice, flying, crashing, spinning through the air, has officially crossed the line first. Joshua Altice, your winner. Matthew Gilliams in second. Jack Eli third. Broxton Packard fourth. Cody Terry fifth. Grant with a bad night at the beginning, come back to finish in the top 10 and sixth. Robert Sherwood, Ross Tatum, Zachary Stone, and Cody Fournette, the top 10.
You'll find Caleb Smith in 11th. Final car on the lead lap was Robbie Helms in the number 12. Joey Petrie is going to be credited with 13th position. Not sure what the call was there. We'll have to wait for timing and scoring to give us an update on that. 13th after crossing the line first. We'll see what the call is there. Zach Peterson, Dakota Cass, Matt Dyer, each 1 lap down. 2 laps down was Keenan Massey. He had the Eddie Van Halen tribute on board today. Evan Coleman, Kevin Martin, and Paul Grodzinski round out the top 20.
And the rest of the rundown, the 28 starters include Spencer Hardison, Logan Calderwood. Then you also have Jonathan Woods, Tucker Wingo, he had a pretty up and down day, had some highlights at the beginning, struggled at the end. Then you've got Carson Zybrant. Then you have Zach Duncan, Will Duvall, and Joey Beasley. Can we see the finish of the race one more time? Maybe as they're coming off of turn number 3. Because I'm wondering if they have penalized the 33 for going below the yellow line of Joey Petrie. We're going to bring it to you one more time. The finish of the race, what a wild one it was. And they're saying now that Petrie is 1 lap down. Joey Altice spinning, crashing, flipping through the air in the 94 is the winner. Watch this one more time, Greg. Where can we see something going wrong here?
Let's take a look.
Did he push a car below the yellow line?
Let's take a look. This is going to be the telltale right there. Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't know how to call this. I really don't. Wow.
So Altice, who goes for a ride.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Altice is crashing as well. I mean,
Altice was flipping through
Joey
the air.
Petrie's crashing in the air. Yeah, I mean.
He's unofficially the winner. But we're going to go, we're going to get ready to talk to our unofficial top 3 here. We're going to let the officials figure this out.
Yes.
Here on this one.
A fun time. Greg Rentz will carry you the rest of the way with the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations again to the driver, Joshua Altice, winning a wild one to open up the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Again, Joshua Altice crashing at the checkered flag, still picking up the win. Back with more from Daytona with Greg on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. I'll see you tomorrow night for the Swag Truck Series from right here again at Daytona.
Welcome back to Daytona, everybody. A very controversial finish. Results are still under the review. Here is what happened. On the finish, before the race officially was considered finished, it was still considered finishing. The 33 of Petrie was scored as going backwards on the track during the incident. iRacing, the server, issued a black flag to Joey Petrie in that one. It was an iRacing server decision, not an official decision, which issued a black flag for Petrie for going backwards on the racetrack at the checkered flag. So with that, officials within the series are currently discussing what is going to happen with the official results. They are still trying to process what it is, as it was an iRacing official black flag, not a black flag issued by the series officials. It was the server itself that issued the black flag. Officials are still discussing what is going to happen here, so stay tuned here on LSR TV. The official results will be said as soon as they are in. That is what's going on right now. Officials are still discussing within themselves what is going to happen here with the results of this race. We thank you for your patience right now. Stay tuned as to what is going to happen here with the 33 and the 94 and who will be declared officially the winner. Stay tuned here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Welcome back to Daytona, everybody. And after a lengthy discussion, including conversations with Joey Petrie and drivers involved, it has been determined that the official race winner is the number 94 of Joshua Altus, his career win here in the SNB Cup Series. Welcome to our Clan Wars post-race show on LSR TV. Gamers hosting gamers. We are going to catch up with our top three coming home with a third place after all that excitement is the number 54 of Jack Eli. And Jack, it was definitely one heck of a race for you out there.
Yeah, absolutely. From the drop of the flag, we had a pretty good qualifying effort. Ended up P4 in qualifying there. Drop of the flag, we tried to stay in control of the race most of the time, me and my Banff Motorsports teammates. Tucker Wingo, Cody Fournette, and we were working with Joey Petrie quite a bit in that race, and just tried to keep control of the race and stay out of the wrecks. And unfortunately, we got caught up a little bit in the end there. I think we might have had the field beat on pit strategy before that lap 85 caution came out, but other than that, it was quite the eventful race.
Well, Jack, tell us about the pit strategy, because you were kind of off sequence with the rest of the field. You, Joey Petrie, and Brockton Packard seemed to be working together the last two green flag cycles. Did that kind of just happen, or is that your plan to work with those guys in the second half of the race?
So, yeah, we decided to stay out on that second or third to last caution there, and we ended up off sequence with most of the field. But it was me and Tucker Wingo, actually. We're going to be on the front row, and we were going to work together in the last half of that race there. But as we were coming to the green flag, he had a Windows update, and his computer died on him. So that left me alone on the front row, and it just so happened that Joey Petrie and the 24 car there were also on the same pit strategy as us. So we made it work out. We worked together really nice. That Chevrolet front bumper didn't really match up with my Ford rear bumper very well, but other than that, they were great to me. And like I said, if that caution didn't come out on 85, I think we would have had the field covered.
And we've actually saw that on Monday night in another broadcast here on LSR TV with the Chevy bumper not matching up with the Ford. But Jack, it was all in all a great debut for you guys here on LSR TV. Leading laps, being up there in the mix at the end, a wild finish, no doubt. Here on this one. We go to New Hampshire next week, where things could be a little bit more calm, but totally different style of racing. What's your thoughts as we move on to the Magic Mile up there in New Hampshire?
I just can't thank my team owner Brett Berkheimer enough, and everybody at Banff Motorsports for bringing such a great team atmosphere to the racetrack every week. As for New Hampshire, I've got a lot of experience there in the Tour Type Modified, so looking forward to getting there with the Cup car, and looking forward to the Shake and Bake Cup Series this year.
All right, keep your eye on Jack Eli next week. Jack, you mentioned your car owner. Who do you want to thank sponsor-wise?
I got to thank Jack Daniels Tennessee Whiskey. Once you go Jack, you never go back.
54 here. You're in third place tonight. Jack Eli, congratulations.
Thank you.
And coming home with a second place, we didn't mention him till about the final few laps in this one. Matthew Gilliams in the number 28 all of a sudden just popped up out of nowhere on that last restart and was up in the mix at the end. And here you are in second, man. Tell us about that race.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, to be honest. Had to use my fast repair pretty early on there, and at that point was just trying to coast around and just make sure I got to the end. With how wild these races are, you just want to have yourself a shot at the end and not get cut short. So just try to play it safe from there on out. I think that was around lap 40 or so in that caution, and just try to stick it out. And once that caution came out, figured I would stay out. We were already in the top 5 anyway, so cycled out in a second and just figured we'd give it a go here at the very end. So worked out.
Well, Matthew, when you have to use a fast repair like that early on in the race, it really kind of messes with your psyche, especially at a plate track like Daytona. And you had to be counting down that internal clock we talk about, okay, going to be go time soon. Did you decide at that caution that it was go time, or was that right around the time you were going to start going for it anyway?
Yeah, typically I like to try and wait till about them, especially if we're under green, but it honestly just kind of worked out in my favor. Like I said, I knew we were close to the front there. I think around the top 5, but I wasn't sure where I was going to cycle out at. Just happened to be in second, and then it just worked out that I was able to find my teammate Josh Altus to work with to try and get across the line there. And to be totally honest with you, I wasn't 100% sure, just considering how we finished up with the 33. I had no idea. I thought I'd given him a good enough push there to get across the line, but like you said, it's just with these races, they're so crazy and it's so difficult to determine. So it's glad he was able to get the win, and just like you said, just glad to come home with a good points day. So.
Well, Matthew, I'll ask you the same question I asked Jack. From Daytona to New Hampshire next week, we're going to a relatively flat mile oval next week. A lot of very different racing here next week on LSR TV. Your thoughts on going up to New England?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I really enjoy short tracks. Obviously, it's a little bit longer, but still, I think the Magic Mile is a fun place to go. This will be my first race there, though, so that should be exciting. Hopefully the nerves won't get to me too much. Really looking forward to just the challenge, and like you said, just coming off tonight with a good points day. Hopefully the Magic Mile will be good to us next week as well. So,
sponsors on the 28th.
Just like to thank Appalachian Holler Hunters for coming on board with us, as well as sponsoring our series. Thank you guys as well for covering us and for all season long. We really appreciate that, and really happy for MPM, Mount Pleasant Motorsports. We got 4 in the top 10 to finish out. Unfortunately, Zach couldn't get up there with us, but all in all, a good day for our team, and just really excited about our start and where we're going. So,
second place in this one, Matthew Gilliams. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And your winner, after much deliberation, is Josh Altus in the number 94. And Josh, tell me not the way you want your win to go, but man, oh man, it was a crazy one here at the end.
Well, you got that right, Greg. Man, my head's still spinning from that thankful. Man, I just can't believe it. I thought we did a great job. My teammates and I, we had a plan coming in today, and we were just going to ride around in the back and let Daytona do its thing and collect some cars and steadily work our way to the front. And we were able to do that. Got caught up in a wreck there with about 10 to go or so, and fortunately still had my fast repair, so I took that. Somehow found myself still up in the top 10. Had a great restart. Found my teammate Matthew, and man, I thought we were clear sailing. I got down in front of him, took the white flag, and then Joey, and I think it was the 54, got a huge run on the outside, and I knew it was going to be a drag race to the line, and I tried to move up the track a little bit to push him up the track, and I mean, it just all heck broke loose from that point. So I don't know how I won that race, man. They told me the 33 was DQ'd. Our car's in shambles, but we're going to get a tow truck and take it to victory lane.
All right, well, tell us about what you saw coming there to the checkered flag and seeing what happened here at the finish of this one.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, that was crazy. Obviously, you hate to wreck at the line, but if you're going to wreck, that's the place to do it. So, I was just trying to position myself the best I could. I was on the outside of Matthew with about 2 to go, and the 33 pushed me out in front, and I was able to drop down in front of Matthew. I knew he was going to work with me and push me that last lap. And once that 33 got a big run on the outside, it was just going to be a drag race to the line. And I just tried to move up a little bit to stop his run. And we got together and everyone started wrecking. So crazy to win the race upside down. Unfortunately, can't do a burnout for all these virtual fans. But, man, what a way to start the year. To win this race last year and defend the race and coming off a championship last year, this is definitely how we want to start the season.
All right, well, Josh, definitely a wild one here tonight. But next week, we're going to New Hampshire. Your thoughts on the Magic Mile like the other two?
Yeah, New Hampshire, that should be an interesting challenge. I know my teammate Zachary Peterson, he loves New Hampshire, so I'll probably have to lean on him for some notes. And honestly, we haven't run that track in this series, so it'll be the first time we're going there in the series. So, I think New Hampshire almost races like a short track in a way. It's relatively flat, but got long straightaways. So we'll see. We'll put the practice in, and I'm sure my teammates and I will be up front and be ready. Real quick, I want to thank my sponsors here, Hornaday Ammo and Remington, for coming on board. Those are partners of Christian Gardner and Appalachian Holler Hunters, so thank them for coming on and sponsoring our series. Definitely want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife Jordan, just got married this past week, so pretty cool to come out here and get a win. I know my brother Jacob's watching, probably at school at Christopher Newport, so just really cool, man. Really excited to start the season with a win, and hopefully we can carry this momentum. Already locked in the playoffs, so don't have to worry about that. We can just go try to get some trophies and get as much points as we can for the playoffs.
Your winner, and congratulations on the wedding just a week ago, Joshua Altus. Congratulations on the big season opening win.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps up a very interesting season opener for the SNB Cup Series here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell for every LSR TV stream, including 2 truck races coming up here tomorrow. Here on LSR TV, broadcast just about every day of the week. Actually, as a matter of fact, now I believe we are at every day of the week moving forward. All kinds of different stuff, from the super speedways of Daytona and Talladega to the dirt tracks with the dirt late models. That's all coming up here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. We thank you fans for tuning in. For Wesley Outland and Charles Wooten in the production truck, I'm Greg Rentz. Thank you all for tuning in. Next week, New Hampshire here with the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Thank you, fans, for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.